Martin, Christmas seems a long time away. We're in our spring term now. Unfortunately, we had some sad news over Christmas.
Yeah, we had some tragic news, didn't we? So unfortunately, we learnt right at the start of the Christmas holidays of the death of a student in Year 8, Reuben Howard. And I think it's only right that this is the first chance I've had to address you as a group. I just think it's only right that we acknowledge that and repeat again the message that our thoughts and prayers are with Reuben and Finley's family and friends, and that's on behalf of the whole Lipson community.
Of course, Finley's his younger brother who attends Lipson.
Yeah, and credit to him, he's been coming in, and he's as much as he possibly can getting on with business as usual. So he's a fabulous young man.
Martin, we had the Year 11 Parents' Evening this week. How did that go?
Yeah, it was last night. I think it's the best turnout I can ever remember. And teacher after teacher was saying, I've seen every single student, or I've seen every single student, every student bar one. There's a really, really good feeling developing in this year group, I've said to you many times. And that was reflected last night. So we had lots of positive conversations between students and staff, and lots of proud parents. We had a few challenges as well, which we always do, but as I again always say, we welcome that. So generally speaking, a really positive evening. And we've got a couple more coming up. We've got a Year 9 options evening coming up and a Year 13 parents evening coming up. So as always, busy time of year.
You take a lot of pride in that sort of thing, and it sort of cements the place of the school in the heart of the community, doesn't it, I think? And community is very important to you. I know you've been giving that a lot of thought recently. Yeah,
obviously, some of the happenings before Christmas really bring it home to you, but I do see that the role that Lipson has in the community has been a vital one. I think too many schools get carried away with the business of results, and that is vital to us as well, but we're also acutely aware that the community that we serve, and I choose the word carefully, we serve, need lots more from us as a school, and in the middle of a cost of living crisis, the likes of which many of us have can barely remember things being as difficult as they are now, then the role of the school becomes more important than ever. And I think it means that we start to take on things that maybe in the past we haven't done. So, for example, I'm going to introduce another member of my senior team in a minute, but before I do that, for example, we've got more, we've bought a huge amount of spare uniform, and we just plead with our parents, if it's difficult at the moment, because we know it is, we have got stock in school, we've got shoes, we've got trousers, we've got shirts, we've got blazers. The tricky thing with all it is not patronising people and not being condescending, but we are here to help, but we can kind of only help when we know where the help's needed. So please don't be too proud to ask us. Our standards will stay really high over things like uniform, but we can help you along the way.
So on that note of serving the community, and you hinted at it earlier, you've got a guest with you. We can talk about a very exciting project, can't we? So over.
Yeah, I mean, this is I think taking things that Lipson have done for many years to a new level, and it gives me the opportunity to introduce Shelley Walker, who's a new deputy head. I say new; she started with us in September, has made a real impact with us in a short time. And the project that Shelley's going to talk about with regard to the Lipson Larder is, I just get really excited about it because I think it's a fabulous thing to be doing.
Okay, so without further ado, Shelley, Lipson Community Larder, what does that involve?
So it's something that when I first joined Lipson, Martin said that one of the things he was really passionate about was taking what we do here and seeing how far we can push it. And he talked about this brainchild that he had about, opening up our doors and extending into the community. So we put our heads together and talked about the idea of a Lipson Community Larder. So we've been really lucky in that we've managed to partner with a company called FareShare, who are an amazing organisation who essentially take surplus food from a variety of organisations, including supermarkets, and give them to frontline charities and community groups. And so we've managed to do that. And so we're now on their roster. So we get delivered food now. It started this week on Wednesday. And what we're able to do now is open up our school pavilion on a Wednesday and a Friday, and we've got our own food bank, essentially, our Lipson community larder. So we've, ultimately what it does is it means that, doing in the spirit of what Lipson does, it goes beyond just the teaching and learning and the nuts and bolts of education. It means that we can support families and our members of our community if they need access to food because they're struggling to make ends meet because of the cost of living crisis. We can help them. There are no questions asked. We don't expect any identification. You don't need to prove your circumstances. We just want to do our bit and help those families if they need it.
So there's no voucher scheme. It's just simply rack up at 3:05. I think it opens on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Yeah.
And you've got volunteers, I believe, helping out. Is that right?
Yeah. So we put out a plea to staff, and as always with Lipson, we don't need to ask. We don't need to ask. They got a little soundbite of what was happening, and I had people coming up to us and saying, can we help? And it's just what we do here at Lipson. We've been overwhelmed by the support of the staff. We're talking about making it look nicer. So we've got staff bringing in lovely farm baskets to make it look really lovely. It's something that we're looking to grow. So it's at the moment we're just looking at the food, but we're looking to really grow it and push it as far as we can take it, really.
I think the key point, Rick, on this as well is it's just slightly outside the school, so there's no having to walk into the school grounds. The pavilion is,
a separate
quarter of a mile outside the school gate, so people can just come in. And yes, the natural extension, who knows where we take it? We could end up with energy vouchers. We've certainly the uniform stock that I mentioned earlier will be part of this offer as well.
It's nice to be pioneering, isn't it?
I don't see it as pioneering. I've just seen us doing what I think we need to do, but it's nice to feel that we are that we take our duty seriously, I guess.
So Shelley, just remind us when it's open and the times and the days.
Yes, so the letter's going out to parents and carers today, but the days are Wednesdays and Fridays, 3:05 to 4:30. But there is an email address on the letter that's going out today where if you can't make those times and those dates, just give us an email and we'll do our best to get that food to you if you need it.
Brilliant, thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you.